Facebook. It is your friendly, nosy neighbor, Jessica Carden, with the Murdock Manwaring team. Thanks for joining us today on another beautiful, cold December morning. We're out here on Woodruff. We're almost at the corner of John Adams Parkway and Woodruff. There's the Jack in the Box. There's the previous Smith's. There is Subway, Planet Fitness. We're right here almost on the corner because we are visiting Infanger Insurance today. So, oh, I forgot all the business. I gotta make sure to do the business. Please, if you love local businesses, make sure to like and follow our page to keep in the know on all things local businesses in Southeast Idaho. We really love to make sure to help these local businesses. I know you would use a local business if you just knew about it. So please like and follow and support these local businesses. And if you love real estate, like we love real estate as a real estate team, please head over to the Murdock Manwaring Company page, like and follow. It is a crazy time in real estate. We try to put really good information on that page, talking about mortgages, talking about the housing market, some fun videos, some great houses. So head on over there and like and follow. And if we can help you sell your home or buy a home, please give us a call. That's what pays for us to do this for local businesses. So we'd love to help you. Alrighty, today we are at Infanger Insurance. If you've ever been down Woodruff, you've probably seen this sign. I drive past this sign every day and I love all the cute, fun things that they say on their sign. So they've got so many Grinches, be a Cindy Lou Who, but if you'll watch this sign, they've got some pretty cute stuff. You know, Mike Infanger is pretty witty. So let's go in and talk about insurance. Now, what's different about Infanger Insurance is we're going to talk a little bit about their services because they focus a lot on business insurance. But Mike also has a really cool page on Facebook about entrepreneurs in Idaho. So we want to make sure we talk to him about that. So let's head on in. Oh, and you can always know you're going to catch Mike by the back of his truck. We're going to head on in. Michael D. Infanger. And I had a hard time because for a long time I kept trying to say it Infanger, but it's not. He was great. It's anger. Infanger. So that'll help you. As you come in the front door, you'll notice we've got a sign. They do a really good job on their directional signs. Let's come on down. Well, hello there, you guys.
Hi, guys.
So we're the Nosy Neighbors. Wonder if we can ask some questions.
You bet.
Fantastic. Tell us who you guys are.
So, I'm Mike Infanger.
And I'm Sarah.
We're making Sarah be on this video. Not happy about this. Well, that's awesome. So can we ask some questions?
Heck yeah.
Fantastic. Let's do it. Do you want to hang out with Sarah?
So should we let Sarah work? Sarah, do you want to work? Or do
Sarah,
you want to
do
be on
they talk to you if they call in?
Everybody talks to me.
Yes.
This is Sarah. You're going to know.
You want to know Sarah.
You want to know Sarah. Sarah's the keys to the kingdom.
That's right.
That's right.
That would be mine.
That's awesome to meet you, Sarah. Should we go this way?
Let's do it.
That's pretty funny. Poor Sarah.
Sorry,
She's
Sarah.
like, I did not sign up for this.
Come back into where I
Awesome.
hide normally.
So, Mike, as we look at this, when we're coming in, what is Infanger Insurance? So,
Yeah, so
what do you guys do?
let's see. I started in 2010. I was actually working for another insurance agency, and my mom called me out of the blue one morning, and she's like, I had a dream last night that you started your own insurance agency. And I was like, Mom, I have no interest. You know, life's good where I am. But it kind of started the domino effect of thinking about it.
Moms do that.
Yeah, moms do that.
Yeah.
And so then anyway, in 2010, about 2 weeks after she called me, I gave my 2 weeks notice to my other place and went out on my own.
Good heavens.
Yeah.
So what kind of services, who is your client?
So I'm a little bit unique or niche, I would say. So most insurance agencies, they're doing the home, auto, life, and they're really good at it, right? The preferred type stuff. But I grew up, so my dad is a State Farm agent, and my brother is a State Farm agent. I've got cousins that are State Farm agents and friends. And so when I worked for the other place, I started, because I knew all these guys, they started sending me the stuff that they don't do, the business insurance stuff, the weird, funky stuff. Like I've insured dams before, and my dad called me a damn good insurance agent.
Ah, wah, wah, wah. I told you he was witty.
But so I started doing all these funky things, right? And then the funky personal too. So people that had too many tickets or accidents or whatever, like there's still places that'll insure them. It's just not the normal. Right. So I started doing these funky things, and then they've just kind of kept doing it. So the business, not necessarily funky, but most people don't do the business, or most captive places don't do a lot of the business insurance stuff, the contractors, and anyway, so I started doing all those funky things, and then just kind of kept domino effects. So we're licensed in all the Northwest, and then kind of randomly too. So we have Oklahoma and Texas and a few weird ones as our clients move, you know.
So should I give you a hashtag?
Sure.
Infanger Insurance for all your weird insurance needs.
For the funky.
Oh, funky. Okay. Well,
not weird.
Not weird. Hey, you said weird. No, I'm just kidding. For all your funky insurance needs. I like that.
Sure.
That was a little bit of a long hashtag.
Yeah.
But
no, that's okay. Yeah.
So in that you've got you focus on a few insurances, more niche insurances that maybe your normal State Farm agent isn't going to do.
Right.
So do you do anything else, like anything on Facebook?
Yes. So we do lots of Facebook things. I started a year ago my entrepreneur group too, just because it's fun. So it's a free group for business owners. It's Entrepreneurs of Idaho. And we have daily topics in there. I have a bunch of different moderators that also volunteer their time. So Motivational Mondays and Thankful Thursdays and different things. And you post in there with some of the businesses that you go and see.
Yeah. Because I love it. I think it's an amazing group.
It's fun.
Yeah.
So we just passed 2,000 members. And most of them are some kind of business owner or budding entrepreneur.
That's all. Can anybody join that group?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to kick you out if you're not a business owner, but most of them are business owners.
Which is a great collaboration and a great networking opportunity.
Yeah. So that's what got me started into it. Is there's a group on Facebook called Insurance Soup that's for insurance agents, and it's all about, like, they get in there and they say, hey, I'm having trouble finding a place for this whatever, right? And they'll ask the questions to all the members of the group. And I was like, I need something like that for Idaho, right? So for business owners, what are you guys doing for taxes? What are you guys doing for advertising? What are you guys doing for social media? And then everybody else, I feel like entrepreneurs are super selfless as a whole. And so they'll go in and they'll tell the real estate group, hey, here's what we're doing at our real estate group that gets us more business. And so it's a lot of fun.
It is very cool. It is very, so I encourage you, if you are a business owner, entrepreneur, you should be joining this Entrepreneurs in Idaho.
That's right.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yep.
Okay, so if they need business insurance or funky insurance, how do they get a hold of you?
So most people call us, so 208-557-8157 is the number. And we're lucky enough with the weird shutdown things, so we've actually got 3 other employees that are all virtual. So Cindy would also answer the phone, depending on who you get when you call in, Molly and Julie, and they're great. I've got an awesome team. And so, yeah, they're all virtual. It's weird.
But when you walk in, you're only going to ever see Sarah.
Cindy also swaps with her,
gotcha.
but typically it's Sarah that's here, and then I hide in this back office.
Yeah, as you should, right?
That's right.
So tell us who is well, what, I didn't want to say who. When you say business insurance.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I get an idea, but what kind of insurances would businesses need to have?
So it's kind of the thing I feel like that's going to keep me relevant in 20 years, because I feel like a lot of people, and I have Progressive, we have a huge Progressive account, so you can do, Progressive with me versus just Progressive online.
Which is nice to have a local agent.
Yeah. So
plug for that.
So we do a ton of that kind of stuff, but I feel like there's the probably 20 to 25% or something of people will just do it themselves online, right? When it comes to your home and auto insurance.
Convenience.
It's convenience, it's easy, 24/7.
Yep.
But for business insurance, I feel like hardly anybody does it themselves online, right? So they're trying to come to me or to one of the girls on the team and saying, hey, I need help with this work comp scenario, or I don't understand, because there's so many aspects of business insurance. There's professional liability, there's directors and officers insurance, there's work comp insurance, all these different things that make it more confusing, right? And we can help you.
And dangerous, because in a business, when it comes down to it, there is significantly more risk
Sure.
bringing people into a business and having employees than just insuring your home that if somebody slips on your sidewalk.
Yep. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So in that, when you're talking about the insurances, what if someone's going to come in, a small business, what insurance should they have?
So it really depends on the category that they're in, right? So for me, as an insurance agency or like the Main Street type risk, an accounting firm, they need their general liability. You can put it in a package. It's going to be insurance jargon, but a BOP, business owner package, that's going to have your property, your general liability, all in one, right? So all of your computers and monitors and chairs and everything is going to be on your policy. But then, so even more than that, though, for somebody like an accounting firm or a realtor office, you need that professional liability too, right? And so that's what covers your work. So if you financially harm somebody, you need that professional liability. Then there's the people that are the nonprofits that also need that directors and officers coverages, like I was telling you, so it covers them if they're sued personally. So I sit on a charter school board, and they have that coverage too that protects me in case we do something that injures somebody financially or whatever.
Or
right?
if someone thinks they've been injured and they sue.
Right. Yeah, at least you've got the coverage,
that's
the defense
one thing
coverage.
You can't figure out.
Right.
Is you could do nothing wrong, but anybody can try to sue you for whatever it is. That is something interesting that we find out in real estate a lot. Is you may find out you were right all along, but you still got to go through that whole process. And there's attorneys, and as a business, that changes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's talk about workman's comp.
Yeah. So the fun thing with work comp is
fun.
I feel
the
it is
fun
fun.
thing.
I think it's fun. Is most people don't know there's options for it, right? So there's really a couple of like categories. There's the state fund, which is awesome. A lot of the states around us aren't good on managing their state funds, and so they're in the hole, and so they're raising rates all the time. But Idaho's been super conservative and good, so a lot of times they're giving out discounts that are lower than what the assigned rate is from the Industrial Commission for that code. So they're a great option, but there's more options, right? So it depends on where you are, it depends on the type of business that you are. But we may move you somewhere else, or we may talk to you about, hey, there's other options. There's a company locally that we work with, BBSI too, and they do a lot of things, and they have a monster group policy. So sometimes for our customers, if they want that aspect of the HR and the payroll and everything all kind of combined in one, well then you can also do work comp, and with that group policy, then you can get a discount that might be better than what you're getting now too.
If you kind of do a package with somebody, and that's the stuff you don't find out on your own. Having a good agent that knows that makes perfect sense. So let me ask you this: if you're a sole proprietor, do you need workman's comp insurance?
So the answer,
when do you have that?
So the answer is no. If you call the Industrial Commission as a sole proprietor and say, do I need work comp? The answer is no. But there's a funky asterisk to that.
Hashtag funky.
Lots of funky.
I know,
today.
I love it. I'm going to put that in there. I love it. Hashtag funky.
So I do a lot of insurance for the medical industry, right? So speech, physical therapy type places. And do they need work comp when they're subbing underneath Mountain View to do those services? The answer is, again, if they call the Industrial Commission, the answer is no. But if Mountain View or one of the subs underneath them calls the Industrial Commission and says, hey, I'm hiring this 1099 guy to do whatever service, what do I need to do? The Industrial Commission will tell them, you either have to provide it for them or make them get their own, right? So I'll have, a lot of sole proprietors still get work comp from me because their boss, even though it's not a W-2 scenario, is making them
whoever
get
they
it.
contract with say, you've got to have it, or we're going to hire someone
and
who
it's
does.
the same thing with construction. So like if you have a siding contractor, roofing contractor, whatever that's working for the general, that general typically doesn't want to pay for that work comp, and they don't have to if they're doing a 1099, right? And so they'll make that sub get the work comp on their own.
And that might even be for someone a value proposition, saying, listen, I have my own work comp, and so hire me because I've got that covered.
Right.
Interesting. But that's a whole, that's one of those chains of, I'm really good at siding, and I don't know anything about that.
Sure.
But it can really affect you. And so, having a really good insurance agent to do it.
Well, and a lot of people do it wrong too because they don't know, and their grandpa did it this way for so long, right? Because they think once they do that 1099 scenario, so if I'm talking to the owner, right, the top of the food chain, they're like, no, I don't have to do it. And it's like, well, that's gray. You do actually, because the industrial commission, if they come in and audit you, or if your state fund work comp policy comes in to audit you, they're going to say, hey, show us all of your 1099 contractors proof of work comp, and if you don't have it, guess who's paying the bill?
Wow.
You, the top.
general. Wow. That is
Yeah,
big deal.
I've had a couple guys come in with over $20,000 in fines or surcharges or whatever because they're doing it wrong. So yeah, you want to do it right.
Wow.
With them.
That's phenomenal. Wow. So what else are we, and when we're thinking about insurance for businesses, anything else that they should be thinking about?
You know, I just think it's fun to sit down and review it, right? So there's lots of aspects to it. Like I was telling you, there's lots of different coverage. I think the important thing too is to really sit down, because you don't want to overinsure, but you don't want to be underinsured either. I've had a couple scenarios where I go in claims time, all of a sudden they're realizing, hey, I wasn't nearly enough coverage as I needed. And every time that I go over and review it with them, like, hey, we want replacement cost, right, of all of your equipment, all of your stuff. And yet people are worried that it's going to, significantly bump their insurance if they go from 200,000 of contents to 300,000. But for that $100 difference or whatever it is, when it comes claims time, they're really wishing that they'd bumped it up to the correct amount.
Yeah, I love that. Jory Nama said to me, when do you find out you don't have enough coverage?
Yeah.
There's one time.
Yep.
When you go to make a claim
Yep.
and you find out, and then it's too late.
Sure.
And so you having a good, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
All right, what else are we missing?
Oh, this
is important stuff.
Yeah, let's see. It's a lot of
fun. This is like a Christmas present for you business owners. I just want you to know that.
Really, I just say the most important thing is sit down and review with your guys. So even if you don't do it with me, whoever your insurance agent is, there's tons of good insurance agents in Idaho Falls. That's one of the things that people ask me a lot when they're looking at maybe going into insurance, like, hey, should I do this? And I walk them outside and I point, like, there's Archibald Levitt across the street. There's all within this block, there's tons of us, right? But sit down with whoever it is, your insurance gal, your insurance guy, and review your policy, go over it, see if maybe you're missing anything, and really have the good coverage. I know I'm overkill on my stuff, so even on my personal insurance, I've got umbrellas that cover me. I mean, you're millions of dollars of coverage because I'm super protective of my assets.
Right.
I don't want you to touch my stuff. If I'm in a wreck or if somebody trips coming down the stairs, I've got lots of insurance.
Yeah.
Likely they're not going to get above my limits.
Right.
And I think it's super important for people because, again, you work hard for your assets that you build or your company that you've built. You don't want it to go away because there's an injury or something.
Because if your insurance coverage aren't enough,
Right.
they go after your assets.
Right. Yep. Yeah, they can personally come after you.
Yeah.
Same thing. So personal insurance or business insurance, both sides. If you don't have enough, they can come after you personally.
And those are things that are never planned.
Right.
They're all accidents. So there's at that point you never.
Yeah.
Those are the things you don't know until the day of, and then you're like, why didn't I just pay the extra $20 a year?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's usually not very much different.
Yeah.
That's the fun thing about work comp side is there isn't really, like, you either have coverage or you don't, right? It's kind of that way with health insurance too. They've gotten rid of the limitations on what they'll pay maximum in a year. But it's awesome with work comp because if somebody breaks their leg at work or whatever, they're paying for it all. There's no limitation.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the nice thing about work comp is you sleep easy if you've got it.
But there are other liabilities.
Yeah.
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 Wow. So if a business comes to you and they want to provide health insurance for their employees, do you help with that, or do you know people to direct them?
Yeah, so I'm licensed for health insurance. I don't actually do it. I've got a buddy, Sheldon, that's here in town that I usually send him to. I hate it, personally. I hate paying it, so I'm not a good salesman for it, I feel like. And so, yeah, for the health insurance, I pass it along to somebody else. It's super important, too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Mike?
Yes.
Great to meet you. I love Mike's energy. Join his group, #1 on Facebook, and then call him. If you're a small business owner or a business owner, man, this is something that will only bite you at the end.
Yep,
And
we'd love
so-
to help you.
Fantastic. Give her your phone number one more time.
So 208-557-8157.
Do they contact you at all through a website or Facebook or anything
Yeah,
else?
they can. So I have a Facebook page for Infanger Insurance. We have a website. So you can actually, I think even just from the Google page, you can hit submit, like send us a message. So there's lots of ways you can get a hold of us when you search.
Perfect. All right. Awesome. All right, you guys, check it out. This is super important stuff. Merry Christmas, business owners, for finding out about this. And it may save your bacon one day. #funky.
Cookie.
All right, this has been Jessica Carden, your nosy neighbor, keeping you in the know.
The Nosy Neighbors keeping you in the know.
Knowsy Neighbors, keeping you in the know.
Knowsy Neighbors, keeping you in the know.
The Knowsy Neighbors, keeping you in the know.
Hey guys, we're here with the Knowsy Neighbors, and we're keeping you in the know.
So the Knowsy Neighbors keeping you in the know.
The Knowsy Neighbors are going to keep you in the know.